sometimes he shocks you with the way he lands power shots, one right after another. Boom, boom.
Fight fans, welcome back.
And he's gone!
Adapting to the bright lights in boxing is never easy.
He is used to the spotlight, but it's never been this bright.
As alongside those big stage nerves come the media duties, the fan preconceptions, and usually a man opposite that's been there and done it all before.
Hey, you're 21-0 against Mexican fighters. Do you have something special against them?
It's an all-important baptism of fire to see who swims and who sinks.
He's supposed to win. Canelo's supposed to get this done. And it's our job to make sure we change our mind about that.
For Canelo, the moment came back in 2012, on a night initially considered to be the biggest make or break of his career.
If he has a lot of what he used to have, then this could be a heck of a show.
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
He's a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Fame fighting legend.
Canelo got a great resume. I'm not going to take it away from him. He's fought a lot of great champions.
During the Ring Magazine sit-down with Canelo and Crawford, elite-level comparisons were made.
He's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, just mention me one elite fighter.
The Nebraskan ignored Spence to place Ricky Burns and Victor Postol as his two biggest wins.
So Postal wasn't elite?
Who?
With the right hand.
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
This guy has made a name for himself in a very big way.
Oh, so he wasn't commercialized. He wasn't.
Who's
he
that
wasn't
Postal?
great.
For Canelo, however, the list goes far deeper.
If Canelo won, he would fight Triple G because Canelo fights everyone.
His first Hall of Fame opponent would come as a 21-year-old, just 7 years into his professional campaign.
The young boxing idol from Mexico, Alvarez!
Already 39-0, Canelo's first 6 fights on U.S. soil had immediately raised eyebrows.
And he's gone! Canelo! Good right hand by Canelo up and under.
And interestingly enough, 3 of those 6 were close relatives of Hall of Fame fighters.
Canelo Alvarez is trying to keep this incredible momentum that he's built up.
Jose Cotto, brother of Miguel, was stopped in 9.
Alvarez is teed up, and Tony Weeks is going to stop it right there.
Matthew Hatton, brother of Ricky, was beaten over 12. The most important one in this case, however, was Canelo's first stateside opponent.
Scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division.
Larry Mosley, cousin of Sugar Shane and a man who would give the young Mexican superstar all he could handle in 2008.
What's it like to be the cousin of Sugar Shane Mosley?
It's pretty good. Growing up over the years, he can give me good pointers and everything, especially when I was on the Olympic team.
Right hand is catching him pretty good. When he throws that lazy jab, when you're leaning, you throw that lazy jab, come on with that right hand, bam, it's catching him. You're going to keep catching him with it, all right?
A live dog from the Watts neighborhood of California. Outside the ring, Larry was a far more confrontational character than his cousin.
Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
Honestly, yeah.
You don't think he's gonna go far?
Nah.
El Canelo tirando sus combinaciones.
And while he was a step below inside the ring, he was still criminally underrated. And a much tougher challenge than a traveling young Canelo was expecting.
El trabajo a la zona hepática por parte del mexicano. Larry Mosley le dice, eso no me dolió, quiero más todavía.
Twitchy with impressive skills, Larry didn't fold to any Alvarez pressure.
Recuerde que esta noche, contacto deportivo.
He matched his jabs, matched his counters, made him miss, and on occasion, made him pay.
No ha hecho el progreso suficiente según se ha visto esta noche.
Saul, however, had a little more energy and a lot more sting.
Sí deben de pegar las Chivas 1-2 este próximo domingo.
Overall, a wildly underrated show of talent, but just enough vulnerability, maybe, to spark the interest of an older cousin at ringside.
El Canelo Alvarez.
In defeat, Larry refused to give Canelo his flowers, And some rash predictions on an ES News interview a few years later would age terribly.
He never did anything. He haven't beat anybody yet.
So him against, let's say, Miguel Cotto.
Then he can show me something. If he can beat a Miguel Cotto.
Him against Kirkland, what do you think?
James Kirkland, I think he won't fight. It's too much power. He's scared. I wouldn't handle that guy. Yeah, I wouldn't. You know, me personally, I don't spar with Kirkland, and I know for a fact he's not going to take that fight with Kirkland.
Right uppercut continues to land. There's a perfect straight right hand, and Shorely's going to stop the fight.
What Larry didn't know at the time, however, is that his cousin Shane would be next in line.
The Canelo fans, like I said, he's a great young talent. He's coming up. He's going to be good in the future. Hopefully, he picked the wrong guy. He picked the wrong gatekeeper to go through it. They wanted to make me the gatekeeper. He got to pay a toll, and it's going to be a big one.
At this point, mid-2012, Sugar Shane represented the perfect next step. He'd seen it all before. He'd negated the hand speed of boxing's most relentless.
He's not going to feel sorry for Shane Mosley, not now.
He'd battled the engine of boxing's most durable.
Mosley's will remains unbroken.
And he'd even cracked one of the most elusive chins of all time. But now, at 40 years of age, the sugar wasn't quite as sweet.
Shane, ain't no excuses, baby. You're not performing what we worked on.
Terence, does he hit hard?
No.
Don't get stupid, though.
But even at 46-7-1, Mosley still had never been stopped, and he'd only ever lost to the sport's elite.
Has Canelo even been hit half as hard as you can hit him?
I don't think so. There's nobody that he's been in the ring with that's going to hit him as hard as I'm going to hit him, so.
That seems to be the only goal that you could be reaching for. Is that your goal in this fight, to be the first man to knock out Shane Mosley?
You really can't compare him to anybody. I mean, he's a complete fighter. He's fast, he's strong, everything. You know, so you can't really compare him to anybody. I mean, you know, I've never faced anybody like him.
Size-wise, Shane was an inch taller with an inch longer reach, but he was never really as powerful or as effective up at 154 pounds.
Canelo is already a star. He came to America a star. They brought him over here to become a superstar. That's why that night we have to be prepared for everything, because we don't know what he brings to the table. What you've seen on him fight other guys, he wasn't fighting Shane Mosley.
Two victories against De La Hoya back in his prime would add an extra layer to the pre-fight buildup.
Hard right hand by Mosley. Bellowing and comes back for the left hook.
And new super welterweight champion of the world.
This guy here on my left beat me twice already. And this guy, well, I don't even want to think of facing him.
And while Shane wasn't a trash talker by any means, he certainly wasn't about to give Oscar's new golden boy an easy ride.
Mosley, by the way, he has never lost to a Mexican fighter. It's a 154-pound title fight, one that is very intriguing on both ends.
You're 21-0 against Mexican fighters. Do you have something special against them?
21 and what?
21-0 against Mexican fighters. Is this number 22?
It's gonna be number 22.
Shane Mosley against Canelo Alvarez, May 5th.
Shane Mosley will knock him out.
Despite a carefully constructed game plan by the late great Nazim Richardson, 6-1 betting odds still viewed Mosley as little more than a sacrificial lamb.
He's got youth on his side. He's hungry. He wants to be everything that they say he is.
Bizarrely, Shane would bet $1 million on himself before the fight. A brave move, considering his fight purse was only $600,000, meaning that if things went wrong, he'd actually be $400,000 out of pocket.
But I made a bet for $1 million. $1 million I was going to beat Canelo, and if I would have won, I would have got $6 million. But I was thinking, this little snot-nosed kid is not going to beat me. you know, at 154, whatever. He's not going to beat me.
This is preparation for taking the next step to the elite level.
In baseball, this is called wish casting, when you believe the prospects for your team are better than they really are. Are we wish casting with Canelo Alvarez?
12 rounds. Obey my commands. Good luck. Touch gloves. Let's go to work.
Shane is on tonight. If he has a lot of what he used to have, then this could be a heck of a show. Now Shane comes back to the body himself.
In the first round, the wager wasn't actually looking too bad.
Mosley gets in a right hand upstairs. Canelo goes back to the left hook to the chest. Practice round.
Practice round.
The roars of support from the Mexican fans brought the MGM to life.
And there's the left hook to the body.
And while Canelo was clearly the sharper of the two, he was showing more respect than we'd ever seen.
Canelo seems satisfied for the moment to function as the counterpuncher, allowing Mosley to take the lead in the fight and looking for opportunities to do that.
Shane's power was there, but early on, there just wasn't enough of it. And the 20-year age gap would begin to show as Saul left his stamp on the end of every exchange.
And now, finally, Canelo is beginning to put a physical imprint on the fight.
The problem wasn't that the aging dog needed new tricks. It was that the young pup knew all the old ones.
You know, I was kind of surprised by him because he's pretty well-rounded for a fighter, you know, a young fighter like that. I was trying little tricks with him, and he wasn't falling for anything. He was blocking, catching, and coming back really good. I was like, this is a good fighter.
A head clash in the third, however, opened up a worrying Canelo cut.
Time. Back here, corner. You got a cut.
We have a cut, and we have a headbutt. Shane is unmarked, and clearly it is Canelo who's dripping blood.
Time in, box!
And despite it looking pretty one-sided for the first half of the fight, Shane wasn't going anywhere.
He hit me with a good body shot. I'm not sure what round it was. I was like, I'm not going down. I don't care what he does.
Alvarez wants to take a break or get tired. He's going to have a problem with Shane.
The glimmers of success would still come for Mosley, usually at a close range or following a moment of recklessness from the youngster.
Now Mosley gets in a right hand.
We'd see some of the trademark Canelo head movement that we'd come to love over the years. Alongside flashes of brilliance from straight rights, left hooks, and ripping shots to the body.
He punches all the way through it, the top, every time he punches.
He's in my weight class.
As Alvarez continues to grow and develop, and if he wins this fight, he's going to be a linchpin for money. Opponents will be making good paychecks against Canelo Alvarez.
With a superhuman chin and heart, however, Shane made it a tough night's work, not just staying with him, but matching him every step of the way.
If he would be busier than this, he would probably knock Shane out, but he's at the fight, the way that he's fighting the last 2 rounds.
But here he is, still standing.
And fighting.
Still fighting.
You have to give Shane Mosley credit for fighting a very courageous fight.
He tried.
He was all the way down the wire to the last few seconds. He's still fighting.
Way more than he gave in his...
These fans are standing, cheering. This is what professional prize fighting is about. They will remember this fight.
Canelo!
A landslide on the scorecard, sure, but this performance was no disgrace for the 40-year-old veteran.
And like I said, you know, it took a young tiger. I gave it all I got. I made sure that, you know, he was worthy of being one of the next kings of the ring. And, you know, what can I say? You know, I got beat by a better man tonight.
It was a hard-earned profile booster for the rising star and a very necessary step, an impressive throwback to show just how much he's improved over the years.
El orgulloso guerrero de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
I see a lot of different things in there that I want to do, but I just can't do it. I'm a split second off or a second off, and you know, start getting hit with shots. And being older and getting hit with shots is not a good thing.
For Sugar, however, 3 years without a victory and $1 million down, the memories aren't quite as sweet.
So actually, I had to pay $400,000 for the fight. For me fighting him, I paid out of my pocket $400,000.
Oh damn!
For getting my butt kicked, I had to pay $400,000.
But there were still a few years left in the tank, though, including another KO victory over Ricardo Mayorga.
It's an athlete. Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Santero both appear weary and maybe.
And down goes Mayorga. He's not going to get up, and that's it.
Where his cousin refused to acknowledge Canelo's ability in defeat, Shane always gave credit where it was due.
I think he has all the skills and talent to be a legendary fighter, and he's already legendary in his country of Mexico. So I like him. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's sharp. He does a lot of great things. I like him.
Nothing but praise regarding the new face of boxing, but some very important words of wisdom and warning regarding 2025's fight of the decade.
His heart is not in moving. So he's going to have to sit there and fight with Canelo. And if you sit there and fight with Canelo and he's that much bigger than you, then I don't know.